Stockton here to make a very important presentation as it concerns youth at Atlantic City. So, Dr. Kevin.
Thank you, Michael. And also I want to let the folks know that we're going to have a barbecue for all the interns following this particular meeting, so we're looking forward to doing that. And that was Jim Johnson's idea. I am, on behalf of everyone at Stockton, who's not only here, but all of us at Stockton, I am honored and proud to be able to announce the launching of a major new leadership development program, the focus of which is to train and provide education for Atlantic City's future leaders. It's entitled the Engleberg Leadership Scholarship Program, and it will provide enriched educational experiences for Stockton students from Atlantic City, who have demonstrated financial need, stellar academic performance, and the potential for leadership. This has come about as a result of a very generous gift from Alfred and Gail Engleberg of $1 million, which $1 million gift to create, establish this program and to ensure that it lives on forever. To give you a little background, when I first met Al, and it wasn't that long ago, this is one of those things that just came together rather rapidly. His passion for this city was incredibly palpable. His parents came from Germany in 1938, Jewish refugees to the United States. He grew up in Atlantic City. He went to Atlantic City High School himself and graduated in 1956. He then went on with a scholarship so he could go to college. He finished his undergraduate career, went to New York University Law School, graduated, became an intellectual property attorney who made substantial funds, was very successful in that field. He wants to give back. He understands what philanthropy means. And when he came and saw this campus in Atlantic City on his old site, he immediately said, I want to give back. I want to establish a program. This is an incredible opportunity. It's exciting. We want to build upon it. I'm going to turn it over to Michelle, who's going to introduce the students and also the liaison, the individual who really worked to set this up between Stockton and Alfred and Gail Engleberg.
Thank you. First of all, I wanted to just very briefly introduce Rabbi David Weiss, who represents the donor, Mr. Al Engleberg. Rabbi Weiss has worked with us over the last year to craft what this program has become. In a moment, I'm going to make you wait. I'm going to introduce the students, but I wanted to let you know that this is a substantial 5-part program. It starts with an orientation that kicked off this morning, just about an hour before we get here. We will have a common curriculum that the students will be taking. There will be monthly professional development opportunities. It's a 3-year program that these students are embarking on. And as part of that program, there will be an internship component. And the reason I raise that is this is not just a program you can watch. This is a program in which you can participate. So we'll be reaching out to all of you to ask how you would like to contribute to the Engleberg Leadership Scholarship Program as it moves forward. And then finally, these 4 students will be participating in a joint capstone initiative their senior year. But to get to the really important part of this announcement, if they could each stand when I call your name and remain standing. It is my very great pleasure to introduce the inaugural cohort of the Engleberg Leadership Scholarship Program, Elena Gonzalez. Elena is a major in literature with a concentration in secondary education. One quote from her application essay, teachers have the power to make or break a student. Next to their parents, they are the most significant part of a student's life and their process to becoming a proper adult. Bao Pham. Bao Pham is a criminal justice major. He is a first-generation student who comes from an immigrant family himself. They come from Vietnam. In his essay, he tells us, my parents gave everything that they could so that my sister and I could have better lives here, and because of that, I will never forget their hard work and determination. Through their perseverance, I now have a place, he means Atlantic City, to call home. Stephen Rubio. Stephen Rubio is a computer science major with a head for numbers that I can only begin to imagine. Stephen values being at Stockton because of the variety of cultures that we have on campus. And he says we have done an excellent job exposing our students to new activities to build on more than just the work and study cycle. A university education goes beyond the classroom. And finally, Lucaya Taylor. Lucaya Taylor is a communications major, and she writes, quote, "The day I was born was the day my parents started planning for me to go to college. I chose Stockton because it's a university that prides itself on their distinction, and I believe that Stockton stands out because of its role in trying to be accessible and inclusive." Please join me in welcoming again our inaugural